students, this is Ms. Regalado here from Parkland Middle School, and I'm here to refresh you guys on slope, as it's a building block for algebra. Shall we jump to my chalkboard? Being able to read a graph is fundamental in both statistics and physics, so that you'll be going over later in your college and high school life. But understanding it in a general rule is also more beneficial. So now, here's how to find a slope using a graph. It's just a counting game. We'll be looking up for rise and run. Rise going up and down, and run going side to side. 1, 2, 11, 12. So that's going to be for the rise. But notice how it's going down. When it goes down, that means it's a negative slope. So we're going to put negative 12 for the rise. Now for the run, we got to go left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now because it's going from the left to the right, it's going positive. It's going to the positive side of the graph. Hence why we don't change it. Just because this number has a negative does not influence this bottom number. Now there's a way to simplify it as it's an even numbers, but we'll go over that in the next step, in which we're going to find the slope without a graph. So when I was around your age, I always had a hard time remembering the steps for problems. One way I figured that out was creating stories. The other is repetition. And what I mean by repetition, I mean writing everything step by step. It'll become supremely tedious, and it will be a drag just to keep it up, especially once your hand starts going numb. But the key thing is that you need to keep practicing in order for you to be able to do it on almost muscle memory. For now, I want you guys to try your best and keep working on it, because you guys are still learning these skills. And so in turn, you gotta keep writing. So the first step I'm gonna do for finding the slope with 2 points is identifying the 2 points, which is gonna be negative 1, 4, and 3, negative 8. These are the same points we used in our previous example. Then is identifying the formula, which is the rise and run formula I mentioned before, which is gonna be y over x. The key thing is to identify the formula, which is this: y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right? So now we're going to use this formula and fill in the gaps. So here's our formula. We're going to name each family 1 and 2. So that way we keep ourselves organized. The 2's are going to be going first, and then the 1's will be going second. So y2 would be negative 8 minus 4. And then the x's, oh, I forgot to put the x there, sorry about that. And then x2 is going to be 3 minus 1, negative 1. Make sure you put the parentheses just so you can separate the negative from the number and the subtraction. So from here, it's basic math. Negative 8 subtracting another 4 is going to make it negative 12. And 3 plus 1, because 2 negatives make a positive, is going to turn it into a 4. Now, notice that negative 12 over 4 are even numbers. There's an easy way to simplify it. Negative 12 over 4, divide that by 2, each one, and you're going to get negative 6 over 2. But hey, they're still even, and they still can be simplified. So then you divide it by 2 again, getting a negative 3 over 1. So I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with your fractions. But with negative 3 over 1, the 1 can turn invisible, turning into a solid 3. The answer can come in different forms. Negative 12 over 4 can also be the equivalent to negative 3 over 1, or just negative 3. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for listening. I hope I was able to help you. And if you're still struggling with slopes, I do encourage you guys to use the resources Gear Up has for you guys, such as tutor.com. All you need is a username and ID, and you're golden. And it's completely free. I really do want you guys to use it. And I also want to make sure that you guys practice so that way it strengthens your understanding. The work is very tedious, but once you understand, there's no need for writing anymore. This is Ms. Regalado signing off.